G'day everybody, and welcome to Dice It Up Gaming. So you want to know how to make easy 3D doors, and ones that open up. I think this guy's in a bit of a pickle. But you've come to the right place. So let's get to it. So today I'm going to show you how to make these 3D doors. Now I've got a couple of games out there that use tiles, and part of the mechanic relies on knowing if the door's open or shut. And these, some of you out there might know what this one's from. They can be quite hard to see if the door's open or shut, so you can miss them from time to time. So what I did is design some doors. There is a lot of how-to videos out there on YouTube, and some of them can get quite complicated. So I sat there and I came up. It took me a little while, but I came up with an easy door, 3D door that opens and shuts. I figured I'll do a video out there to show you how. And what I use is polymer clay. Now this is just Sculpey, it's the brand. You don't need to use this one. There is other brands out there. It's just it's a clay that you can put in the oven to set. So you can mold and mold and mold, let it sit out there, and it's not going to go hard on you. So you got heaps of time to play with it and do what you want with it. You just got to put it into the oven. It's just there. That's the directions there. If you want to jot it down. If you can't see it, it's 275 Fahrenheit or 130 degrees Celsius. Now it's for 15 minutes per 1/4 inch, which is 6 mil. Probably sort of roughly 15 minutes like that. That probably took about 15. Yeah, it probably would have taken about 15 minutes. Get yourself something flat so you can mold it on. This is just a floor tile. That's all it is, nothing special on it. It's just a glazed shiny surface floor tile. So it doesn't, it makes it easy to get off. And I can also put this into the oven. I don't have to worry about things buckling. So I'll just unpack this. So just give me a few secs and I'll unpack this and get it out. And all you do is you just tear off a bit, however much you need, roll it up into a ball and mold away. You can create a lot of good things here out of this stuff. You can sit that in a bag and it won't go hard on you. You can sit it out, it won't go hard. You just roll it out to the thickness that you want. This one here I did in 2 halves, and I put a thin bit of metal through there, either I think it's copper through there. It's like an anodized copper or something. Can't seem to locate that, so I can't show you that bit. So I'm going to do it without it. But what that metal bit did, especially across here, it gave it a bit of strength, so it's not going to sag on you. So I'm going to do it a different way. So if it makes it onto YouTube, I dare say it worked. Or even if it doesn't, I might put it on there. Probably put a how not to do it or something. So all I'm doing is I'm just flattening it out. I'm gonna create the base. I'm doing the base first. This can be however big you want it. It all depends on how sort of big the door you want, like the size of your door that you want to do. I'm going to make my base roughly this size here. So I know that it's designed to go onto the game piece. So if I make it any bigger, it's going to be sort of big and bulky. I'm just going to use this as my guide. Sort of, I don't need it as thick. But I don't want to go too thin. Use that. I guess the beauty about this, if you make a mistake, you just mold it all back together again and try again. That's my base. It is slightly thick. It's my my little dinted base. It is slightly thicker. That's not a drama. You can make it a little bit thinner if you wanted to. The beauty about this is it's your design. You can do whatever you want. I'm just giving you just the base, just a guide, just to help you out. Nice, easy. Zip that up there. Nice, easy door. The beauty about this sort of design as well is you can do a few of them. You can do a lot. Sort of, I guess like a mass produce of it. So if you've got 20 doors, you can just do 20 of them. What I'm doing now is I'm making the frame. I don't want to roll this out too thin. That's probably even thin at the moment. You just work out what height. I'm gonna work out the height, use that as a guide and just keep that as a height. That way it's all, I guess, uniformed. You work out your height that you want. A ruler, it makes it a lot easier. Okay, so they're my walls. That's my door. So essentially that's going to go there. If you look at it, it's going to be about roughly like that. Put them onto the edges a bit, so make that door just a little bit wider. That's that. Now I've got to make the door fit in there. This is where you had a ruler. You can measure in there and work out what size you need. And this is the top frame of the door. So Again, if you got a ruler will be probably a little bit easier. But I might as well do it without a ruler just to show that it's quite easy. So if we have this like that, I could even lay the sort of the doors a bit that way if I wanted to. So I can have a wider door. Set it that way. Actually, that's that. Now all I need is a door. Like I said, if you have a ruler, use a ruler. I haven't got one, so I've got to do it this way. You gotta remember, so we want these doors to swing open. You need to make a little thingy down here, and one up top there. The door can swing on. I wonder if it's too big, a little bit too big. You can always trim it down afterwards. It's easy enough to trim down afterwards, make it fit. Essentially that should sit in there. We'll trim that down later. Actually, that's it. And saying that, now that we've done that, we actually need to put something for this to swing in. So, get yourself something that can make a little indent. I've got a needle there. Here, you can even get creative here and sort of do you can do marks on them. Do some brickworks. Essentially, you can do little styles. Cobblestone, brickwork. It's up to yourself. Or just leave them flat. Okay, so we got those. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to work out where, it's roughly where I'm going to have it. There. I need a little indent around here somewhere. Take better than that. Useless. Here we are, that might work. Oh, actually, I could probably use the back of that. There we are. So, that's going to go like that. Roughly about there. Should do it, I think. Yep. Okay. Essentially that'll go there. That's my bits. So I am going to have a door look like that. I'm going to just throw that in the oven and heat these up. Doing that, got to play the waiting game. I'm going to put it in there for about 15 minutes. You guys are going to be seconds, so I'll do this and we'll get back to it. Now before I go put the door bits into the oven, but we need to do some door handles. We need to make some little door handles for our door. That's just not, it's not going to look like a door. So what you can do, you can make it either a ball or a handle. I'm gonna do mine a little handle. I'm just going to trim this up. I'm just going to do two. That way they can sit on in there. So when I'm done, I can just glue them onto the door. don't know if you can see those. They are pretty tiny. I'm doing just a little door handle, and I'll put that on. And you can smear that onto your door right now, or you can glue it on there and, not glue it, but you can actually mold it onto your door. Because I may have to trim my door down, I'm just gonna add that bit a little bit later. It won't hurt. So I'll throw those bits in the oven and I'll be back. So I've now got them out of the oven. Give it time to cool because they can get quite hot. That's it, that's it. Firms up pretty well. It's solid. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned it before, but there's two methods you can do it. Right now I'm going to use super glue to glue it together. You can buy, it's called the polymer clay glue, and what this is designed is so you can bake it. You dab it on, put it in the oven, and while it's curing, it'll bake it together. I used this method when I used the wires, because I was able to put the wire through there, have it sticking out a little bit, and stick it in there, which holds it up. That would have a bit of wire. If you could pretend there'd be a bit of wire there, and it would have just hooked into there. Then I would have glued it in, thrown it in the oven. I'm doing this way with the super glue. I might see if I get time. I might do another one showing you how I use this after I do this one. If this one doesn't take too long, I'll jump on there and do up another video for that one as well. So that way you get two ways of doing it. So I've got my super glue, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue this together. And I'll wedge my door in there. Sort of get a bit of a rough idea where I want it. That way I can trim it up. Alright, so if I glue that there. Sort of did the one thing I normally tell my kids to do: put it on first to see if it'll fit before you glue it. I'm just going to trim it up. And when you glue on the top, just want to make sure that little indent that we did, you want to line it up with the indent on here as well. So that way, you don't want to stick it that way and have indents on opposite sides. So be mindful before you glue it. Check where you put your marked your indent. essentially, that's our frame. Yes, it's not like your 3D prints, it's not going to look perfect, but I can't 3D print, I don't have a 3D printer, and I'm not going to pay the enormous prices out there for some of the doors. So as you can see there, the door's not going to fit. It is too big, but that's okay, because what we can do is we can trim it down. Yeah. Okay. There you have it. I'll just glue these door handles on. If I haven't lost them. A little bit there. I'll glue him on. Don't know where the other bit went. Okay, swings that way. Swings that way. There we are. There you have it. A door that you can open up. So that's it, folks. You've seen how this was made. So hopefully you'll be able to get out there and do one yourself. So I think we better leave these two alone. Just like to say thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon. Happy gaming.